Yes, hello, it is me, Evil Jeff, and today I am going to read Brett's future using the tarot cards. Are you ready?
Yes, I've never done this before.
Alright, I'm going to flip over 2 cards, and they will tell you your past and your future. Alright, so I'm going to flip over the first card, and it is the Lovers. Ooh. It says, in the past, you were a whore.
It literally says that?
Yes, so in the past, you were a giant whore. Alright, but what does your future hold? And your future holds... Alright, here we go. What? This isn't a... This is so weird. I have never seen this card before.
What is it? What does it say?
I don't know. It's just a 300-pound man sitting in front of a Netflix, like watching Netflix, binge watching Netflix over and over.
300 pounds of muscle?
No. Let me flip another card over.
Yeah, maybe that just...
Oh my god, I've never seen this card before either.
What? Don't you do this all the... What is it?
This one just says, Yeah, it's just you in the bathroom. And yeah, you're doing a number 2. I'm so sorry. I don't know why this is happening, but I guess in the future you're going to get fat and have IBS. There you go.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 143 of Comic Book Warriors Legacy. I am your host, Brett, although not for much longer. And with me, as always, is Evil Jeff. How dare you?
Oh, hello. We know that can't be true because you've always been stick thin.
Not true. I'm not true.
Were you ever portly?
No, I was never. Oh my God, no. But I put on some pounds during the pandemic.
Oh, me too. Yeah. I lost and then gained.
Oh, I just gained slowly and steadily.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to bike it off.
Bike it off. Get rid of it.
But yeah, just take a big bike off of it. So yeah. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll lose weight from all the pooping? Who knows?
Yay! But speaking of tarot cards, I think that's a good segue into our first segment.
Hit it.
I want your ex.
Come on.
Giggity.
It's funny every time. We finally got to read the free Comic Book Day X-Men issue. How about that? They released it digitally.
Ooh.
And that's why we did a tarot card opening. Did I end that bit at the right time, Evil Jeff?
You did.
Okay, good. Good. I like always, it's a skill to know when to pull lights, right?
Exactly. Did you ever do that when you were doing improv?
Oh, when I ran my improv theater for 5 years?
Yes. That was my first job interning at Improv Olympics at I.O. Every Saturday night, I was in the back theater, and I got to pull, I did the lights. And it was a really good training to learn being like... And because either you're watching a brilliant team and you're like, oh, when's the perfect time? Or when do you put a bad team out of its misery?
Exactly. Oh,
or, they're talking about Hitler. I'm pulling the lights.
Sometimes it's a lot harder to put a bad team out of their misery because you want them to at least get some kind of house laugh that you can pull lights on, but it's just never going to happen.
Yeah.
So then you wait for a callback. That never happens.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's the crazy thing is that when it's a bad scene, there's not going to be a button to end on.
No, because it just goes on forever.
Yeah.
Because there's no story structure to it.
Yeah.
But there's structure to this. We're going to talk about X-Men first. Starting with Free Comic Book Day X-Men.
Preview of X-10
What'd you think? Did it titillate you? It was essentially like a teaser for Ten of Swords? Were you titillated?
I'm titillated, but it's definitely vague enough that I still was like, I have no idea what any of this means.
I'm titillated, but I feel like I could have been titillated more if there was some more juicy stuff in there. But
yeah, that's what I mean. It all seemed very vague. It was like, look, here's Storm in an outfit. I'm like, what does this mean?
It's Storm wearing an outfit.
I mean, the most titillation we got is that, well, it said there's going to be someone's going to betray and then someone is going to die, but we knew they were going to die. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah. So the betray, a lot of people are saying that the lady, yeah, or Storm, because a lot of people are saying this Eight of Cups lady is Storm.
Is you saying that she's going to turn evil?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we haven't had an evil Storm yet.
Dracula?
I'm just pretending that did not happen.
That never happened.
That was awful. But I do like the idea of an Omega level Storm where suddenly they're like, oh shit, we have to fight Storm. Kind of like season 6, like in Buffy, where they all had to fight Willow at the end. And they're like, oh no.
Yeah. Or when they all had to fight Jean.
Yeah, we all have to fight our best friend.
Yeah. So here's it might not be Storm. The Eight of Cups lady, in advertisements for Ten of Swords, she's listed as classified. Oh. They won't reveal her name.
Okay.
Do you want to hear my crackpot theory? Do you want to hear the craziest theory?
I would love to hear the craziest theory.
Eight of Cups classified lady, Stormbreaker lady, who feels like a lady apocalypse. Like she feels kind of Moira-ish from that timeline.
You think it's a Moira?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, isn't she black?
Weirder.
Who?
I think it's
Stevie Hunter.
I think it's Stevie. No, I think it is X-23, Darwin, and Sync.
Wait, what?
Right?
What, all three of them together?
Yeah.
Like merged?
Yeah, they got merged in the vault.
That's
and then sent
crazy.
back in time. Yeah.
That's... what? Yeah, I will say, when are they going to follow that up?
Maybe we're looking at her.
Okay. Plus, I would like to just throw out there, can we get a Moira appearance?
Can we get some Moira?
I want to see some Moira just at some point, please. Anyway, that could be it. But it looks like Apocalypse is playing a major role, and he has his weird Apocalypse team.
His original Horsemen and a team of X-Men. Yeah, who's on this Apocalypse team in the Hanged Man tarot card?
And I will say, so as someone who reads tarot cards, the Hanged Man does not mean sacrifice. The Hanged Man just means being stuck and trapped in a situation you can't get out of.
Oh.
But whatever, they're taking liberties. Anyway, so that looks like Richter, Glob, Trinary, Havoc, Beast, Banshee, Angel, and Polaris.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe Glob is the one to die.
I'm fine with that.
Me too.
Know what I wish, though? Glob and Quentin Quire have never talked, like, since...
Yeah,
I feel like they haven't talked since Grant Morrison's X-Men run.
Yeah, when they almost destroyed the school together.
Yeah, they were like bad guys together. I would love for them to hey, remember that?
They were on kick.
But that was the other thing is Saturnin is the one reading these tarot cards. She looks fabulous, by the way. Can there be an Emma Frost Saturnin like shopping spree fight? At some point in the future.
Like there's only one white outfit left in the shop.
Yeah, because they are kind of like two rich, bitchy white women.
Yeah.
Fighting. The two Karens.
Such Karens. Well, it's all very intriguing. I am titillated. And then, oh my God, there's a preview for a new event called Dark Ages after that, which I guess is going to be the thing after Empyre.
So what is that? What is it leading up to, do you think?
What do you mean?
Do you think like the Empyre does something bad and then and now everyone's living in like a dark age? Like, what actually, I didn't read like, did you read what actually happened? What did it look like it was setting up?
Iron Man gets, like, gravely injured because it looks like there's just a blackout all over Manhattan.
Oh. What is this, like that? Remember when, in the 90s, when the Thursday night lineup, like, all the Thursday night NBC shows had a blackout? It's basically they're copying that. But instead of Chandler getting caught in an ATM with a model, it'll be... It'll be Tony Stark.
Yeah, it's Iron Man falling out of the sky, and he crashes into an airplane that's falling out of the sky because everything goes dark. No power. And that happens. I woke up in the middle of the Harlem outage a few days ago.
Right. They do say there's a chance that the sun could fart a crazy big magnetic pulse. And if it farts the right way and hits the earth, that everything will be wiped out. All of our data on our hard drives will all be wiped out.
Yep.
We'd be fucked.
Farts the right way. Nothing like that.
Anyway.
But let's keep talking about X-Men.
Yeah. What do we go to next?
Do you want to just hit speaking of Emma looking all regal, do you want to hit Deadpool #6 by Kelly Thompson and Kevin LaBranda?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Deadpool wants on Krakoa.
And Deadpool somehow is now the king of Staten Island. And he's like, why does he have all these monster people with him? I'm not reading the other ones.
Yeah, evidently the monsters had legal claim to Staten Island, to that land. And they were granted it. So now Staten Island in the Marvel Universe is nothing but slimy, gross monsters. Much like the real world. And
and the people from What We Do in the Shadows, the vampires.
Yeah. Staten Island is the worst place. So he leaves Staten Island because he thinks he has a rightful place on Krakoa because he's a friend of the X-Men. And so he sneaks in through a mutant named Jelby, who's pretty much like gelatinous, like Lob Herman, who can swallow anything.
Yeah.
And hide it within his body.
They said he's an infinite swallower, and then I immediately, my mind went a bad place.
Well, I think it was supposed to.
And he shows up, and then of course he's breaking the fourth wall, talking about how even though I'm not a mutant, I'm like the best movie from the X-Men movies.
Right, so everyone thinks I am.
Is he just is he like a X? What am I thinking of?
Weapon X?
Weapon X?
Yeah, he's part of the Weapon Plus program.
Okay. But his healing powers where did they come from then if it's not? Because in the X-Men movies, he's a latent mutant, and that's where it comes from. What does it come from in the comics?
Just experimenting on him?
All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
But he basically thinks that the Krakoa has the cure for cancer and can kind of cure him of all of his ills.
Right.
So that's why he wants
Emma's
to get
like,
there.
we don't.
Yeah, so he fights a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And then ends up going to Emma. And then there's just this long conversation with him and Emma wants to take the little shark pet. Which wasn't that Gwenpool's shark?
Yeah, I don't know why Deadpool has Jeff, the land shark, now. But wherever Kelly Thompson goes, who wrote this issue, Jeff the land shark goes. The true owner of Jeff the land shark is Kelly Thompson.
Yeah, and basically, Emma's like, we can't cure your cancer, and you can come visit if you want, but
you're not living here.
Yeah, and so then he's like, well, fuck you, no mutants are allowed in Staten Island. And then Jeff barfs up a Krakoa flower.
I love when Emma first sees Jeff the land shark. She says, what is that thing? It looks like a fabulous handbag with legs and teeth. I must have it.
Yes.
She's the best.
Oh, Emma.
It's a fun issue.
It's cute.
It's silly. Yeah. And then Rogue is the one who calms him down, asks him to leave, says, like, you can come visit. Because Rogue and he had a fling.
Had their moment.
They had their thing. What I love is that Deadpool keeps calling the X-Men fascists, and that's pretty funny because there is a corner of Twitter that says, well, I'm not reading these X-Men. They're fascists now. I'm not going to read a book about fascists. I'm like, okay. Get a dictionary.
Oh, people just get pissed. People can't handle change.
People can't handle that the X-Men are actually Antifa.
Don't say that out loud, Brett. We're going to get shut down and be marked a terrorist group by Donald Trump.
Oh, no.
Good.
So overall, a pretty funny issue.
Yes. But next, we should go to Giant Size X-Men.
Yeah, let's do it because I have a lot to say.
I hated this.
I loved it more than anything.
And I hated it because, and it's not even like I didn't mind. I didn't hate like the way it was written or what happens. I hate that it's ignoring the huge plot point of how is he back?
So my thing with this is I think there was a data page that had clues around Xavier in the protocols, but I don't want to see a story about that because it's like Xavier did this when he was in X's body and then he killed himself and he came back in a younger Xavier body. Like, that's the story. I don't need to see that.
Wait, but then what happened to Fantomex?
It's so logistical.
Did he just get his body? Did he get resurrected
Fantomex's
too?
mind? Yeah. Because Xavier's mind was no longer in his body, so now it was his mind again.
See, I think all of that is pertinent information that I would like to know. And if you're going to be referencing back all of these Grant Morrison, I hate that it's kind of like, oh, I'm going to sit there and reference all of these little things from Grant Morrison's run, and then I'm going to fucking ignore the stuff that actually just happened with Fantomex. That annoys me.
I don't think it's an ignoring. I mean, there were data pages in House of X that talked about what Xavier did in the protocols, in the resurrections. And it was just like, he got out of that old body, he's in a new body. Okay? What? Do you need an IKEA manual?
All right, well, what do you like so much about this?
Oh, because it took one of my favorite stories from Morrison's run and gave it context and comedy.
Yeah.
It was great that he had done the mission with Wolverine and Cyclops countless times over countless decades. We find out that Fantomex is super old. We find out that Automaton is his genetic clone.
Yeah, I guess that was never established before, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That was great. The Rod Rice art, oh my god, it's so great.
The art was very good.
When he brings the Hellfire Club, oh, I liked having Fantomex I like seeing Fantomex have a history with icons in the Marvel Universe, from Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos to the Hellfire Club.
Although now me being Mr. Picky, they were saying that the events that are happening now happened a decade after Grant Morrison's run, saying that 10 years have passed, and that does not add up with the previous.
Wait, where did they say that?
When it's showing his when it shows like the stuff going on with Cyclops and Wolverine, then when it goes to the present, it says a decade later.
No, it says a decade after that. It's 10 years.
Yeah.
After he does the adventure with the Humungonauts.
But it says a decade after that for all of them.
Well, because it's starting at the Nick Fury thing, so it's starting in the 40s.
No, that's what I mean. But even there's one where it shows the Cyclops thing, and then it says a decade after that, and then goes to the present.
Get the fuck out of here! Not
a
decade later. It says not a decade later.
Oh, it does? Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, fine. Ugh. Fighting with you is so taxing, Brett.
When did things take place? How did that? Who cares? Logistics.
I care.
How old are they? Who cares?
There's a level of believability that I need for me to feel comfortable.
Well, all I need is Fantomex bringing Monet, Dougie, and Storm to the world. To cure Storm's weird machine disease.
And so she showed... Now, here's the thing, though. So, how the world goes faster than the actual world. Like, inside the world goes faster than what's happening on Earth. So doesn't that mean she's just going to die faster?
I don't know. But the vault works the same way, so I wonder if there's similar technology in the world in the vault. They're both like, time happens faster here.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah, I wonder... I'm just very curious of like where all this is going to go.
It's going to lead to Storm being a crazy...
evil person.
Evil Lady Apocalypse Lady.
Oh God, is she going to be like, I'm 9,000-year-old Storm?
She's going to be like that bitch in Superman 3 who turns into a robot. Didn't that scare you as a kid? You know what I'm talking about.
No, it did. No, because it was it was very traumatic looking.
Yes, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Like the wires go into her, like across her face, and it was really bad.
I forgot all about that trauma until you just brought it up now.
Me too. Until I thought of it happening to Storm. I was like, wait, where am I getting this mental? Oh my God. That movie is terrible. Even as a kid, I knew that movie was terrible.
Oh my God. I just decided to look up like what that image looked like just to refresh myself.
Oh no!
And the first thing that comes up is Superman 3. Computer turns ugly woman into freaky robot.
Ugly woman. Oh my God. I'm gonna look it up and freak out. I can't picture what it looks like.
Oh my God.
It's so horrible. She's like screaming. It's terrible.
Here, can you hear it? I'm just like, oh my God, the special effects are so bad.
Oh. The sounds are horrible.
Oh wow, it's way less traumatizing watching it with the best special effects.
I'm gonna watch it.
She looks like she's in The Cure. She looks like the lead singer of The Cure.
Oh my God, I think we're finally going to get over some trauma watching this again and realizing that looks stupid.
It's weird like watching that being like, that really scared me as a kid. And now that is hilarious.
It really scared me.
I think more just as a kid, I was always traumatized by people getting killed or dying.
Yeah, it's because it's horrible. And like, we see that stuff way too much, even in Umbrella Academy, which we'll talk about later.
No, I watched this, there was, what was it called? There's one where it's like a Sasquatch, what was it called? It's one of those stop animation movies that came out like last year. I think it won the Golden Globe for Best Animated Feature.
Oh, okay.
And it was like about a Sasquatch, like or Bigfoot trying to find this family of Sasquatches. Yeah. In it, there's like the bad guys. And I just wasn't prepared in a children's show. There was like the bad guys, and then there was like this nerdy guy that was like the kind of like slave sidekick that was like, and then I'm going to calculate things for you. They all fall off a bridge and get killed, and I was like,
what?
I wasn't expecting them all to die a horrible death, like in this children's thing. Like usually you expect the bad guy to like be arrested and be taken away, but no, they're all. I mean, it's one thing when you see like Gaston die. Or the cat from Cinderella because they're so evil. But this one guy, he was like a forced sidekick. And he ends up like falling to his death. And they're like, all right, bye. And I was like traumatized. I don't know. I get traumatized by death, Brett. It's scary.
Yeah, you should. It's horrible. It's horrible. We can't look at boobs, but we can watch people die over and over.
Yeah. I will say Storm better not... I don't
better not go Vera from Superman 3 on us.
Yeah, plus I don't... Yeah, oh my God, I would be so mad. Plus, I don't want them to ruin her character. They are saying, like, her character will be permanently changed, and that frightens me. I'm just saying, they're going to be pulling... I don't want them to pull... Like, they might be pulling, like, a Fred, Angel, Illyria bullshit on us. And although I loved Illyria, it's very risky to change a character that we love into something else. So I'm just very nervous. I'm nervous.
Oof. I am too.
Anyway.
Not my precious Aurora.
Let's end this with Empyre X-Men number 2.
Yes, let's.
These horticulture ladies, I cannot get enough of them.
I know. And there's a lot of hate for them online. I'm sorry.
Why?
I'm a horticulture stan. Why? I love them.
They're hilarious.
I love them. What do they call Angel? A fuck stick?
Yeah, they're just like, hey, hot stuff, here's some drugs to make us look hot.
They're great.
Oh my God. And then fucking Magic is over it. She's fucking over it.
Magic makes a great captain.
She is, but I love how she's like, there's so much cussing in this book.
Yes.
I love when she finally gets back to Krakoa and she's like, hey, we're fucked, so let's get some fucking psychics. I need every fucking psychic. I'm like, she's just cussing so much.
She says, I thought these ladies were so fucking rad when they showed up and Cuisinarted that alien, but obviously they suck so hard. Oh, man. And I love when Angel can just be Angel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, like, dark archangel stuff. Like, just...
Fun Angel.
Just dumb, good-looking Angel dealing with some ladies.
Yeah, it's great. And that's the other cool thing is we're seeing the power of Black Tom. Is Black Tom Omega level?
Should be. Shit.
Because he's coming across as pretty Omega level. Just the dust from Krakoa on Angel's wings was enough for Black Tom to teleport himself and form his body from the dust.
A little mini dusty polleny
which
Tom.
Is awesome,
so
but that's
cute.
Really fucking powerful. Like
it's really powerful.
And then can he control? But does he have any control over the alien Kotati plants?
I don't know. I don't think so. He's only like controlling the gate, the Krakoan gate. It looked like.
But his powers, can he control any plant technically?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious. So they have the right people. Of course, horticulture is going to be there for plants. Of course, Black Tom Cassidy is going to be there for plants. Like, it's the right people doing this. And it ends with the only thing that's going to get Krakoa powerful enough to take over that plant is it feeds off psychic energy. So they need every psychic to show up at the gate and here's where I don't remember seeing Farouk. Was Farouk always
here?
On Krakoa?
Let's talk about that.
So that was the thing that really surprised me. I was like, how is Farouk there?
Why is Farouk there?
That seems like no. Like Xavier was like, no. And like they would resurrect Farouk. Like, did they resurrect him? Because he doesn't have a body, but then he had like some spider legs. Did they resurrect him and put him on spider legs? What is going on, Brett?
That might be like his psychic powers. Like, Celine's riding a bunch of tentacles too. What's going on with her?
Yeah.
But Farouk, so it brought up an interesting thing online. There's a debate online saying, are Farouk and the Shadow King two separate entities? Or is Farouk the Shadow King?
Oh, so you're saying maybe they brought back Farouk, but it doesn't have the Shadow King inside of him.
Yes.
Well...
Sure looks like it, though.
Yeah, I mean, who else? I don't know. I just found that like threw me for a loop, Brett, when I saw that. I was like, he's there? He's there?
In fact, yeah, Comic Book Queers tweeted out, like, that was their reaction. It was like, wait, what is he doing there?
Yeah, that threw me for a fucking loop. So I'm very interested to see the next issue to see what Farouk is going to do.
But also
there's Quentin
Mastermind's
Quire
there.
leading the cause. Where's Jean? How come? What's Jean and Rachel? They don't have anything else fucking to do.
Look at Quentin's shirt. Are you looking at the page?
Yeah, I'm with stupid and it's pointing everywhere.
I've never seen. I can't remember ever seeing Lady Mastermind and Dad Mastermind together. I'm sure it's happening.
Right? Daddy. Are they British?
Crazy. Are they? No.
I can't remember. That's the problem when you only read what they're saying.
What is Farouk doing?
I feel these are... Oh, Brett, why do you need things explained?
I need that explained. Why would you do that?
Yeah, Farouk is like... And that's the weird thing. The fact that I feel Farouk is worse than Apocalypse and Celine.
Yes. Part of it's because of Legion, the show.
True. But also, he trapped Xavier for what mounted feeling like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
In a route, like if I was Xavier, I'd be like, "Fuck him." Oh, we can't bring back Destiny. If I was Mystique, I'd be like, "You can't bring back my wife, but you're bringing back fucking Farouk."
You're bringing back fucking Farouk.
Fuck you. You're fucking hate lesbians. What if that was their excuse? We'd be like, we can't bring back lesbians. Oh, it looks like the vibe. They can bring back everybody except lesbians. Sorry. She's like, I feel this is a lie.
Is this because I'm a lesbian? I don't know. Raven. Are you a lesbian? You've never told us. You never said you were a lesbian.
And she turns into a dude. She's like, look, now I'm straight. Bring back my wife.
Oh, it's a lot of pressure having him on there.
Speaking of that, I do wish they would re-retcon Claremont's original thing and make Mystique the father of Nightcrawler.
Yeah, I do too. It makes no sense that... So Mystique... It makes no sense his name is Wagner.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Whatever. Anyway. X-Men.
It was interesting that this Empyre X-Men is being written by the whole stable of X-Men writers. Like last week, it was written by Teenie Howard and Hickman. This issue was written by Jerry Duggan, Benjamin Percy, and Leah Williams.
Yeah.
And it's Leah Williams who confessed that she's the one that threw Farouk on that last page.
Leia, you got... Lucy, Leia, you have splaining to do. Just to throw a little side note, because I pulled up that YouTube clip of Superman 3. Yeah. Just the first comment underneath it just says, Jesus, it looks like a whole bunch of us suffered the same scarring experience from this scene as a child. So apparently every comment under this is, this fucked me up as a kid.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
So if you're a younger person listening to this, just watch Superman. Just watch Superman 1, 2, and 3 and appreciate the Marvel movies for what they are. Yeah, being like seriously. That, because that was kind of what we had for superhero movies. It was Superman. And basically until Batman came out in like 1989. And then that changed the game.
Then X-Men came out. That changed the game.
Mm-hmm. But Superman, they are not good movies.
Wait, and that Superman 3, it also had that scene where Clark Kent fights bad Superman, or like good Superman fights bad Superman in that junkyard. And doesnn he throw Clark Kent like in a trash compactor?
Yeah.
Like that traumatized me too.
And then Superman 4 was just traumatizing me because it was just so bad.
Yeah, that's the one I really knew was a bad movie as a kid. But I did think Nuclear Man was real fucking hot though.
True.
Sick body.
Well, it looks like we stopped talking about X-Men's and we're talking about other comics. So maybe we should get a comic. Hit it. You gotta get a comic if you wanna get ahead. Comics. There's other things going on besides X-Men. I mean, we really don't care.
A lot.
But we have some stuff to talk about.
Everything is plant-based.
Not everything.
It's the vegan age.
I have some. We're speaking of plants. We were talking about Empyre X-Men. Let's go into Empyre, just the regular comic, because that has a huge gay twist at the end.
Huge reach around at the end.
Yeah.
From one man to another.
So it looks like what's going on is Teddy is like, hey, we're going to set up, what's the thing called that'll blow up the sun?
The pyre.
The pyre. He's like, let's set up the pyre that'll blow up the sun because we need to save trillions of lives and fuck the billions of lives on Earth. And Captain Marvel and who is she with? Who is she with?
It is Thing.
And they're all like, huh? They're like,
this can't be you.
They're like Teddy, and he's like, please call me Derek. And I'm thinking it's just the grandmother. Right? No, but they said that they
it's not Thing, it's Johnny. It's Johnny.
Oh, it's Johnny Storm. But then they did a DNA, but can't Skrulls go down to the DNA level?
Right? Isn't that what Secret Invasion?
Yeah, because they were like, we want to do a DNA sequence analyzation. And they're like, no, it is Teddy. But I was like, I thought Skrulls can pass that. So I'm wondering if it is the grandmother who's pretending to be the Kree is now pretending to be Teddy.
Like, wasn't there this another instance of their like the same thing with She-Hulk? Like, Teddy basically was off camera for a while. Like, where's Teddy? He's sleeping. And then he comes back. He's like, I'm totally different now.
And then She-Hulk, She-Hulk is dead.
So we find out when She-Hulk was taken to go get her hammer, her axe, whatever, and then she started talking all normal from it. It's because she was killed and taken over by a green Kotati.
And can we have a little side note about She-Hulk in the MCU?
What?
You haven't heard who's in talks right now? It's not official yet.
Oh, is it Alison Brie?
Alison Brie.
Oh, that's old news. Oh yeah, they've been saying Alison Brie for so long that I think it just like has to happen now.
How do you? I feel she's so small.
Yeah.
I feel she's too, but then at the same time, it's one of those things like, but then how do you, I guess I would rather them get a big wrestler type woman, like the girl from Deadpool. What's her name?
Yeah. And the friend Mandalorian.
And then just and from Mandalorian, I'd rather it be her and then just pull a Captain America 1 and just put her head on like Alison Brie's body in the beginning until she gets the blood transfusion and then her real body shows up. Like, I'd rather do that than have the skinny white girl and then she's going to show up as She-Hulk and just be CGI'd. I don't know.
Yeah. It would be cool if they did it like the old TV show where you had two different actors, and so you had Alison Brie as Jennifer Walters, and then Gina, whatever her name is, as She-Hulk. That'd be fun.
Oh, Lou Ferrigno. Lou Ferrigno should just be She-Hulk. Is he still alive?
Yeah, he is, and he's a trans woman, so it works.
That would be amazing. I would love that. Okay, so She-Hulk is dead. So it was one of those things where it's like, I feel like if you're going to kill She-Hulk, you're not going to do it off panel. You know what I mean?
There's already announcements about there's going to be an Immortal She-Hulk book.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be the same, like what's going on with Hulk is that Hulk is not killable.
Oh, so she's gonna probably barf up the plant and then reform or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, because she has a plant inside. It's weird. She like kind of barfed the plant up, and then it was like talking. Ugh. It was very gross. It was very like Akira.
Very gross.
It's very Akira looking.
It was very. Have you ever seen Superman 3? That scene where the lady throws up all the robot parts.
This episode is brought to you by Superman 3.
Specifically Vera.
Oh my god. Clearly the lesbian character. Oh my god, another comment. It just says, doesn't he look like the Cure's Robert Smith? That's what I just said. I swear to God. I'm like on the same. I want to be friends with everybody that's watching the Superman 3 clip.
Seriously, we all have something in common.
All right, so Empyre has some set. It's clearly that's not Teddy. Clearly She-Hulk is not dead. So these twists in the end are a bunch of sound and fury signifying nothing.
Yes, but I do like how it was confirmed that that's not Teddy. They went to the expert.
Yes. The guy who's been inside Teddy, or Teddy's been inside him. I guess is it I feel it's too stereotypical to say that Wiccan is the bottom and Teddy is the top.
You always think the big one is the top. I know.
That's not always true. It's
not always true.
No. But anyway, Wiccan is like, oh, that is not my Teddy, because that is
he sees a video.
Yeah, he's like, I know that is not Teddy because, well, it's not a video. He just psychically, he uses his powers to psychically see it. And then he's like, because that's not how my husband would act. What? Secret wedding.
Secret wedding. Secret wedding that only the Young Avengers attended.
And then if you cut away after this, there was 2 pages after this, and then that they didn't include, and it was Johnny Storm being like, "You're married? What's it like being married to a man? I always dreamed what it would be like to be with Dakin, but I know that can never be."
Oh. You know who else is at the wedding? If you look on the left,
Who?
the Rev and the musician is Alan Heinberg and Jim Chung,
The actual people?
the creators. Yeah,
Oh.
they're drawn to look like them.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, super cute. Alan Heinberg married them.
Aww.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing. Talk about killing. But gay marriage just will make them so boring.
Yeah, well, so they announced there's going to be a one-shot of the wedding. There's going to be an issue.
Ooh, maybe we'll get more
Yeah.
bisexual Tommy and Prodigy making out.
I hope so.
And they'll be like, "Stop stealing my thunder." It'll be like that Friends episode. But I'm all for gay. It's the first like double superhero gay wedding.
Amazing. Yeah, like 2 heroes, not a hero and some dumb human.
That is about to die. Anyway.
He's probably going to die.
Sorry, Kyle. What were you
Sorry,
gonna say?
Kyle, not sorry. Oh, I was going to say, other casting, this one's confirmed that Haley Stenfeld?
Sure.
Haley Stenfeld
All acceptable.
is Kate Bishop. It's official. Hawkeye series, going to be 6 episodes on Disney Plus. She's Kate Bishop.
So if she's Kate Bishop and we already have Stature is an established character.
Yep.
If we got Stature and we got Kate Bishop, we clearly got to get Hulkling and Wiccan. And then...
Well, we've got Billy. I mean, there's a baby in WandaVision.
Right. So that means, so Billy is showing up. So we got to get the young Avengers happening.
Yeah, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Isaiah Bradley, is a character.
There you go. It's
So
all
one would think Elijah.
setting up. Come on.
Oh yeah, and then Doctor Strange Multiverse. Give me America.
Yes.
Give me America Chavez.
Mm-hmm.
It's all happening.
Yes.
I'm calling it now. Ant-Man 3, Ant-Man and the Young Avengers. I am calling it.
Oh, that would be amazing! Ant-Man and the Young Avengers.
Oh, and then
my
we'll get young Loki. Oh, we'll get young Loki in Loki.
Yes.
And we'll find out that young Loki is Noob Master 69 from Endgame.
Yes. Oh my God. Speaking of young versions, this brings me up. I read Fantastic Four 22.
Oh,
which
is it
centers
Empyre related?
Yes. It centers around while the Sue and Reed are helping, fight with the Katati and Teddy and like all that bullshit. They sent Franklin and Valeria to take those 2 little mini Kree and Skrull, the little Skrull children. They were like, you take them back home. But apparently there's this cult of kung fu worshippers of the Katati that want to help the Katati destroy the world. And so that they end up starting to attack everybody. And so they apparently, Reed Richards has a secret tracking device on everyone that ever was once like part of the Fantastic Four. And so Valeria pressed this button and it caused a ringing in all these people's heads. And like Wolverine comes through the Krakoan gate. This was actually 21. I read 21 and 22. He comes through Krakoan Gate and he's like, "What's this fucking ringing in my head?" And then Spider-Man's there and he's like, "Oh, I got it too." And they're both like, "Reed fucking Richards." And so they show up.
That's not okay.
Yeah, so they show up. And of course the Skrull is like transformed into a tiger, and then she's like attacking everybody, like attacking the kung fu, and Wolverine's like, "I'll help," and just stabs the tiger, and then it turns into the little girl, and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing? She's the one you're supposed to protect." He's like, "I don't know, it's a big tiger. Shit." So it's it ends with it's clearly they're setting up that the little Kree and the little Skrull girl are going to have that hate to love kind of thing going on. And right now, they were like, she contacts Reed Richards Valerian. She's like, you only sent 2. And he was like, well, you only need 2 because there's the 2 of you. And so there is a Fantastic Four. So they're like, we're part of the Fantastic Four. And so now it's Spider-Man, Wolverine, Valerian, Franklin are the Earth's Fantastic Four right now. So that's fun.
I love it.
It's fun.
That's super fun. And do you think the Kree and Skrull are going to stay united because those 2 will marry the kids?
I think that would be perfect if their marriage is what ends up uniting them together.
Yeah.
I think that would be great.
Yeah. And that's the kind of big, bold move I'd love Marvel to make. Like, no, okay, now the Kree and Skrull are one. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that for a while. Great.
Let's do that for a little bit. Please. Please and thank you. I would like to know what else have you read?
I have not read anything, but I wanted more. And if I couldn't turn to books,
I read something else, so we're not there yet.
Wait, I didn't make that note. I'm so sorry.
I know, I didn't tell you. I did read one last book, Brett.
What?
I decided I needed to read something gay. And so I decided, I'm obsessed with my Thai gay soap operas, my Korean dramas. I decided to dive back in. After reading Fence, we read that Fence book. I was like, there's hundreds of yaoi, which is, gay romance mangas. And I was like, I'm going to read one of these little comics. And there's a new one that came out by Adako Mofu, which I love that last name. And it's called There Are Things I Can't Tell You. And there's something that I can tell you, Brett. I was not expecting this yaoi has full on like hardcore sex, like drawn hardcore coming in the butt, blowjobs. Like I was like, I thought it was all going to be like curtains blowing in the wind for the sex scenes, but it was like, it's full on hardcore, and it's
smut. It sounds like it's smut.
Yes, but it's just like the story of like the jock and the nerd who like become friends. But the nerd is like falling in love with him, but it's told from the jock's perspective, and the jock is like, I'm in love with him, but I don't want him to be, but if we're gay, that'll ruin his life. So I'm not going to talk about my feelings. And then it cuts to the other guy, and the nerd is like, I'm in love with him, but he doesn't love me. And of course, in Japan, no one ever talks about their emotions until finally, like after 10 years, they finally meet at a high school reunion and then just fuck. But then after they fuck, the jock guy is like, I ruined your life. Never talk to me again. And then it traumatizes the other guy so much that he tries to date a girl. And then basically it's just like emotional turmoil, but then they keep meeting up and having sex. And then after the sex, they're like, this was wrong. And then finally in the end, they're just like, oh, maybe we should just be wrong and just like do it anyway. And then they're like, yay. And I was like, oh my God, that was emotional roller coaster.
Wow.
I'm telling you, the Japanese people, these yaois would be if a lot of it if it's just like, hey, what are you actually thinking? Oh, I like you. Oh, I like you too. The end. Like these.
Great, let's have a healthy date.
If people just had communication, I think if people communicated properly in Korea and Japan, there would be no manga, no K-dramas, nothing.
Right.
It's literally just tell me what you think. But I'm telling you right now, it's called, once again, There Are Things I Can't Tell You. It's drawn beautifully, and it's sexy, and it's poignant, and it's sad, and it's hot. And read it.
Hell yeah.
But I think we've done reading, and I think it's time to see some more, to see things. That was bad. That was such a bad segue. I'm going to kill myself.
It's a tough segue. We might need to rethink the segment name. It's tough sell. It really is.
We'll think of a new song coming soon. New segment song coming soon. Hit it.
Suddenly Seymour. Okay, get it? Seymour. Okay. So, we've had 2 shows wrap up their second seasons.
That's right.
Both
I think
very
so.
Weird.
From what I read, this was the season finale of Doom Patrol.
But
It
didn't expect.
It didn't seem like it was the season finale, which makes me pissed off.
Yeah.
Yes, but dysfunctional families, you're right. These are both about dysfunctional families with powers that don't exactly work the way you want them to.
I will say both shows ended on huge cliffhangers.
Yes. One cliffhanger just felt it was almost too cliffhangery, because when you have a cliffhanger for next season, it's kind of like this plot point has ended and here's the cliffhanger leading into the next arc.
Which is what Umbrella Academy does.
Yes, but Doom Patrol, it is like not even like this arc, it did not even come close to wrapping up the Dorothy Spinner
quite the
arc.
opposite. Yeah. So with Doom Patrol, I think the only kind of resolution, quote unquote, was more the reveal that the whole passing down the tribal curse of the Candlemaker to Dorothy was for Dorothy to be the one to ultimately destroy the Candlemaker.
Yeah.
So with the whole team out, she enters battle with the Candlemaker. You never see it because it hasn't happened. It just ends.
Yeah, and that's why I was kind of like, I couldn't find a sneak preview for the next episode. From what I read, it looks like this is the season finale, but it really does not feel like a season finale. It feels like the next episode should be the season finale. And then
I was convinced there would be another episode, but evidently not.
Yeah, so that but I will say Doom Patrol is full of hits and misses. And it's not like it's ever bad. It's just when it's good, it's so fucking good. And then other episodes just feel more fillery and are just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally know what you mean. And also, like, it kind of depends which character arc it is. You know, like, all the Jane stuff I thought was pretty riveting.
Yes. Oh, it's great. But then the gay guy, what's his name? Larry. What's his Negative Man? I thought that was kind of weak. Snooze.
Yeah, that was kind of weak sauce. I thought even the Rita kind of like journey to be a superhero was kind of weak sauce.
Even the cyborg's relationship, I don't care.
Romance,
I don't care about her. I do like the robots thing with his daughter is kind of fun.
Robot Man and the daughter.
And Dorothy
was cool.
Spinner is great.
Dorothy was great, and Jane was great. Yeah, but I think a few characters were kind of sidelined.
But I think that's where I want to talk about Jane for a second, because I feel like she had the more surprising cliffhanger for me, is that Jane is not the original host of all of her personalities. She's not the main alter or the... Is it called the primary? Yeah. And the original primary that took over for poor Kate after she was traumatized, that actually got her out of the well and escaped, is Miranda. And it looks like Miranda in the 70s decided to find love. But apparently when you find love with a dirty hippie, he just wants to have a key party with his boss. This, I will say, put a very bad light on sexual freedom.
Yes, it did.
And as for someone who I have nothing against key parties, I am all for orgies. I do feel it put a bad light. But that being said, if you are dating someone that was sexually abused, maybe not throw an orgy and say
maybe not have a sex party.
Maybe not throw an orgy and threaten to break up with her because she just can't get over it. So it was kind of like, okay. So of course what happens is Miranda triggers Kate. Everyone gets triggered. They're like, what are you doing having this orgy? And it ends up forming. Do you think, is this how Jane first appears?
Yes, I do. I think this was the origin of Jane.
And so Jane appears and is like, fuck all you fucking bitches that are letting these guys take advantage of you. Fuck all you guys, you fucking dirty motherfuckers. Fuck you, and punch you in your face. My name's Jane. I even called it. I was like, that's Jane. As soon as she started calling, and then she was like, I'm not Miranda, I'm Jane. I was like, you go, girl.
Yes.
It was great. But then it cuts to the present day Jane stuck in the well. And who does she dig up? But Miranda, and then of course,
so who
you find out that the person saying they're Miranda isn't Miranda. Who is it?
Who is it?
Do you think she's a new altar, or do you think she's somehow... I was thinking that... for a second I thought, oh, she's the Candlemaker, that the Candlemaker never left.
That's what I thought too.
That she's somehow something of Dorothy Spinner. I think she's something connected to Dorothy Spinner. Because she showed up after Dorothy Spinner came into her world.
Correct.
That's what I think.
Yeah, so the Miranda that came back after the Candlemaker attack that killed Flaming Katie and Baby Doll, that Miranda probably was never Miranda. That Miranda died a long time ago when she went into the well.
Which is also horrifying that she just killed herself.
Yeah.
It's so traumatic. Ugh. I hate it when people die, Brett.
Who is this? Me too. I really do.
I'm sensitive.
So the whole team is taken down by the Candlemaker. They're all coated in wax after facing their imaginary friends. Oh my God. The fucking paper doll cutout. That was Rita Farr's imaginary friends.
Yes, that was hilarious.
Amazing.
No, also, what about Robot Man's Jesus from summer camp, from Jesus Camp?
God.
The imaginary friends were amazing.
His vulgar, violent Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah. The imaginary friends were amazing. So the team, took on their imaginary friends, which fun. But it definitely felt like the penultimate episode.
Yes. Now, we then, how long did it take you to watch all of Umbrella Academy?
I probably 3 sittings.
Me too.
I did the first 2, and then I did 3 through 7, and then I did 8, 9, 10.
I did more I did the first 2, and then I did another 2, and then I just stayed up late because it was by the end it was I gotta keep on going. This show had me riveted. I enjoyed this season kind of a lot more than I enjoyed last season. I love the first season, but I do think the second season is better. So I feel like it's stepped up its game. It's also stepped up its budget, and I think if this season is a hit, I'm hoping the third, because the one complaints I've read is they're saying some of the best possible scenes and the best use of powers are cut away from because of you can tell there's budget constraints. And so I would love this to have a bigger budget. But where do we even begin with this?
Well, where do we even begin? I mean, this is based on book 2, Dallas.
Yes, and I was right. You were mad that I was spoiling something, and I was right.
You were so right.
That
was very savvy.
Because they didn't have that actual event happen. They took the line that rumor said and put it in the beginning. I had heard of rumor.
That was very savvy of you to pick up that they tossed that line in to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
And did a whole different thing.
Yeah. Because they're doing, and sadly, no offense, I like the books, but the show is a lot better than the books.
Well, it's better to, so you said Vanya was in a coma for most of the story arc in the books, but here, they're not going to put Ellen Page in a coma.
Yeah, and they're not going to give her another,
star.
And they're not going to give her another male love interest.
No.
They're like, hey, Emma, we need to diversify this. Do you want to make out with this girl? And she's like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah, I'm going to make out with that girl. Hell yeah. Well, you want me to eat her out? I'll do that too. What do you want? You want me to... And they're like, no, you don't.
No, that's okay. She's like, no, I will eat her out.
Oh, my God.
No, it's okay. We don't need to do her. Oh, she's already in.
Oh, she's already doing it. Okay.
Ellen.
She's like, hey, I need to show that there are good lesbians named Ellen.
So the arc with Vanya was great. She, meets a woman who has a troubled child, who is somewhere on the spectrum. It gets very dramatic with the husband finding out about the lesbians and the kid.
Well, the kid drowns and she revives him, but then actually puts her. But then when she revives him, she puts her powers inside of him, so they're connected.
They're connected, and then when she flares up, he flares up, and then when she comes down, he's still flaring up. So they have to go save him.
And that's what's so great about this is remember, we always would complain about the magicians where everyone would be split off. In this episode, there were always certain members oh, now we're going to team up. Up, and now we're going to team up. Up, and now we're all together. They always were
Really
they were
great.
always coming back together. It wasn't like, oh, now you're going to be separated for all this time. And I love that because when all of them are together, they turn back to like little children and squabble. And I love, like, the characterizations of all of them are so good. And that's like, we have the lesbian arc with Vanya, but then Rumor has the whole entire like
Civil
rights arc, which is very, prescient of like what's going on right now.
Yes.
So that was very powerful. And then you have what's the gay one's name? Klaus. Klaus is leading this cult, but honestly, for me, the heart of the show is fucking Ben.
With him and Ben. Yeah.
But just Ben in general. There's one where
But just Ben. I love Ben.
where Klaus was like, he's like, let me take over. He basically just wants to say hi to his brothers and sisters. And he like won't let him. And after they all fought, they left and Ben was just by himself. There's one scene where he just goes, I miss them. And I was like breaking my heart. And then finally Ben is able to like possess Klaus. And he's able to finally talk to some people. But then there's, it's so much. 5 is great. The new character, the Indian girl, I love her.
Oh, I love her. I gotta say, 5. I think 5 is one of my favorite TV characters of all time. I love every second of that character. I love the actor.
Did you know he's a singer? That he has like an album out and his tour was canceled?
No, I love him so much. Like his delivery, like his characterization, like it's just so funny and great to me. When he gets angry, I love, what's his name, the actor? I love watching him get annoyed.
And this is the other genius. The actor who played the older him was acting like him.
Just acting just like him.
I was like, oh, this is so good.
And how being near each other
but have you
agitated
noticed
them more and more.
that they were doing some Lord of the Rings style angles?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Because he's growing too much.
Yeah.
I have a feeling because I just saw the interviews with him now on Entertainment Weekly, and I was like, oh, he's full on gone through puberty. So if they're doing season 3, they need to do a little retcon of like, oh, when you went through here, you aged a bit. They need to do something because there's no way like he's way, way older. The whole I'm not aging.
I think I'm so mad. It's like the Walt issue from Lost.
Yeah.
Like they never brought Walt back because he aged. But I'm like, this show is about time travel. Like you can easily explain why Walt all of a sudden looks mannish.
Well, they always just have to be like, oh, look, when you came through this time, you aged a little bit.
Right.
And then you're done.
Right.
Like they just need to do something like that.
Yeah.
But but this is, it all leads up to this twist at the end, setting up for season 3, which I am so excited for this show to come back. If they're like, this show is canceled, I will kill myself.
I want season 3 now. Like that was the best setup to a subsequent season I've ever seen.
Because they can't reach Vanya when she's like basically like seizuring her powers. So Ben possesses her to save her. And it's when he finally decides to go to the light and go to heaven or whatever. And I was like, I don't want him to die. He's one of my, he's so hot. He's one of my favorite characters. Plus I think his powers are so like someone that's so nice.
So cool.
And his powers are the most eviscerating, deadly, disgusting. It's like such a cool thing. But so I was so sad to see him die. But then I was like, hey, this is time travel. There's no way this is the end of his character. So I had it in my head that it wasn't the end of his character. So when they finally go back to the present, and as soon as 5 is, number 2 is like, why is Ben's picture... Or maybe it was Klaus who said, they're like, why is Ben's picture up here? I screamed. I was like, yes! I started screaming because I was like, yeah, he's not dead. But not only is he not dead.
Right.
But the fucking dad isn't dead. And does that mean the monkey isn't dead either?
The monkey may not be dead. The great thing about Ben, though, is it's not Ben. It's not clean cut, beautifully coiffed.
No,
Ben.
it's gothy
like
K-pop, emo K-pop Ben.
Yeah, but wait, the other great thing is the name of the school and what that suggests.
It's no longer the Umbrella Academy, it's the Sparrow Academy. And we've seen earlier, it's been revealed that Mr. Hargraves, the leader or whatever, he is the leader of the Umbrella Academy, the dad, is an alien.
Yes. Oh, that was crazy.
Yes. So he's not even human. But the thing is you had to think, if he started the Umbrella Academy and they show up and fuck with time and they're like, hey, we're your kids. He then knew them. And then I think he was like, oh, I'm not doing that again because they're all a bunch of fuck ups.
Yeah. He's like, no, you're not. Didn't he say, like, I was waiting for you to come back?
Yes.
He's like, you're not my kids. This isn't your home.
So we see Ben show up all evil looking.
Yeah.
And then above him are the other Sparrow students in silhouette. Do you think that's their doppelgangers, or do you think it's all new people?
No, think about why it's called the Sparrow Academy.
Why?
Who was always holding a sparrow?
Who?
It's Harlan.
Oh, right.
It's Sparrow Academy because Harlan, who was given powers at the end, was holding a sparrow as a kid.
That's right. That
was his toy.
You know what? I knew. I in my head, I was like, when they saw that he still had powers, I'm like, oh, when they grow up, he's going to be crazy powerful when they show up. And actually, I originally thought they were going to show up and it was another apocalypse. And then there was Harlan, like, murdering everybody like Dr. Manhattan. That's what I thought was going to be happening. But who are the other people? Do you think it's them? Do you think it's doppelgangers of them?
I don't know. Or maybe. Or maybe he like picked other
ones.
Kids of the kids.
And that
they set up that we never thought about it. There's probably a lot of others out there. He just picks different ones.
But then the Indian girl, she just went off on her own somewhere.
I think
she just escaped. She took a briefcase and escaped on her own, I think.
Yeah. Lila. Yeah.
It's so good. It was
so
good.
Really, they did the family dynamics really
and
well.
they this season they also, because like number one is now just so goofy and stupid and just is like, I don't really know what I'm doing. Like he's adorable. He's so cute.
So cute.
All I'm saying though, my one main complaint, and do you know what my main complaint is?
Diego's hair.
How do you know? Diego's hair was awful.
Wait, is it really?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. His hair, because he is so hot. And I could not stop laughing when Klaus was about to go, where he's like, I'm going to go if I don't. He's like, if you don't come back, there's one thing I want to tell you. He's like, wait, who does he? He's like, with that hair, you look like Antonio Banderas.
With long hair, you look like Antonio Banderas. Thanks.
It was so fucking funny.
All right, go get him.
But here's the next thing is they made Diego's powers so much more powerful and so much more fascinating. And of course, it goes with what his powers are. Like, did it take you a second to realize how he was doing that? Or did you get it right away?
No, what was when like the bullets stopped? I was like, wait, at first I thought it was Vanya behind him.
But then when he redirected all the bullets, I was like,
he redirected all the bullets. You're like, oh shit, he's telekinetic.
He can just redirect any projectile. And I was like, that makes so much sense, because you just think, oh, you can hit any target. What a brilliant expanding of his powers.
Yeah.
Oh, God, this show is
good. And fives also. That five could like go back and, redo a few seconds of time rather than just time travel. He can actually make it go backwards.
Because that one where they blew everyone and murdered everyone, I was like, all right, what's happening here?
Yeah, no, I was like, oh my God.
This show is so fucking good.
Who's the actress that plays the handler? Didn't she have her own show on ABC?
She was of Private Practice.
Yeah,
and she was in Grey's Academy.
And then they gave her own spin-off.
Grey's Anatomy.
Didn't she have a spin-off of Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah, wasn't it called Private Practice? Wasn't that what it was called?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Okay, yes.
She's great.
When you said Private Practice, I went to The Practice.
Oh. She's great, although people are getting angry. Have you seen that? Where These people are saying that the show's anti-Semitic.
Oh, no, why?
Because the handler is Jewish. And there's times where she says like Yiddish words and they're just like, oh, that's like stereotypical, making the Jew the villain.
Oh.
I was like, wait, so a Jewish person can't ever be a villain in anything?
I missed that whole thing that she's Jewish, and I missed that whole thing.
Yeah. But no, people are getting mad saying it's anti-Semitic. And I was like, I don't know. I feel like anyone can be a bad guy. I think just because someone's a bad guy doesn't mean that we think all of that race is a bad guy.
Like if someone ever made a gay a bad guy, like in Birds of Prey, I'd be like, yes.
Oh yeah, I'm all
hell
for
yeah,
it.
we're the bad guys.
Well, because we are.
Yeah.
Because we're evil and going to be sent to hell.
We are demonic. Mm-hmm. Correct.
Anyway, so if you haven't watched Umbrella Academy, you don't need to because we just spoiled the whole fucking thing for you. But it's but still watch it. It's so fun. And I will say Netflix does a really bad. This is my complaint for, what was that Charlize Theron abortion? What was that one called?
Oh, The Old Guard.
The Old Guard. They spend so much money on the actors that a lot of times the direction is not up to par. And Umbrella Academy, the direction and the camera work and everything is good. Good. It's great stuff.
So good.
I'm tired, Brett.
Oh my God, me too. I'm so tired. I had a glass of wine. It got me unusually buzzed over the course of this.
I need something new. Like, I want something new to watch now, though. That Umbrella Academy
season 3,
it just
please.
It just like put a thing. I'm like, oh, I need to watch something superhero-y. But Doom Patrol's over. Where's some WandaVision? Come on.
I know. God damn.
Can you imagine?
I need this MCU back.
If the pandemic didn't happen, we would currently be watching WandaVision. We would currently be watching Falcon. We would have seen the New Mutants movie.
We would have seen Black Widow.
Yes, we would have seen Black Widow. Fuck you, COVID-19. You're ruining my superhero
I'm so nervous
viewing.
that the MCU is just not going to happen anymore. I'm so nervous.
No, it's gonna happen. It's too much money. They're not gonna give up that money. What, are you crazy?
Oh my God.
All right.
Well, next week I'm looking at what X books we have.
That's some X-Force.
We're gonna have Empyre X-Men #3. We're gonna have X-Force, and we're gonna have Marauders.
Please bring Kitty back.
It's the issue with the kitty in the vaginal coffin on the cover. With Emma and Storm putting her out to sea.
Oh my God. Kitty in the vaginal coffin. That's like, it feels like it's like a Nancy Drew diary. Nancy Drew in the vaginal coffin.
People say that Hugh Jackman as Logan was the best casting in the X-Men movies. I disagree. I think it was Ellen Page as Kitty Pryde.
Ellen Page's Kitty Pryde?
Yeah.
I thought she was a great Kitty Pryde. Casting. I thought she was great. I have seen, what's the guy from Kingsman and Elton John?
Oh, that he's going to be the new Wolverine?
They're saying he might be the new Wolverine, and he's short and beautiful and hot. He's not hairy enough, but, whatever.
It's all right.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. I would love that. I also would love if there was no Wolverine for a while, and it was Aurora Monroe was our...
Oh, do you know some people are now saying the girl from I Will Destroy You and Chewing Gum, that she should be Storm? Huh?
I'll die. Michaela, what's her name? Michaela Cole?
Yes, I'm 100% down for that.
Oh, I love her so much.
Yes. Anyway, so I
tried watching I May Destroy You. I can't.
I need to watch it, but I need to watch it. But you said you have been watching it, or you?
I saw the first episode, and I was like, I can't.
Well, it's for me. It's like, okay, I want to be emotionally traumatized and cry for a bit, and then I'm like, not yet. So I keep on holding off.
Not yet.
Everyone says it's amazing, but it's like it will scar you because it's very emotionally raw.
I can't do it. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys.
Anyway,
keep listening, and if you like us, please subscribe to us. Please leave us comments. Please tweet at us if you want us to read something. Tweet at us. If you hate us, tweet us. If you think I'm annoying and you wish it was just Brett and I'd be fired, let us know, and then you can hear me cry about it. I'll get my feelings hurt and I'll cry, and then Brett will be like, well, toughen up, you faggot. Like, it'll be great. It'll be great.
I say that before every show. That's the pep talk I give Evil Jeff. Right before we start recording, I just yell out, "Toughen up, you faggot!" Okay, welcome to.
Because that's the thing is like we live in a queer world. Like the world is queer, and you're just living in it. Because I hate to break it to you, but if you read comics, well, then that makes you queer.
Wait, don't end the show yet.
Okay.
Late breaking news. I'm on our Twitter, and somebody named. First of all, this is why I have to say it, because their Twitter handle is Drink Your Juice Jelby.
Wow. He's always...
And they just tagged us and said, thanks to Comic Book Queers, I will always read Nanny's voice as Fran Drescher.
See,
so
look at the good we're doing for society.
Adding value. We're adding value to society. To comic bookdom.
All righty. Well, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bam.